So we'll start off with District 4 with Robin Martinelli and Alex Ward. And while they make their way up, let's give our timekeeper, Tim Torelli, a round of applause. I asked Tommy while we were planning for this if someone would keep time, and Tim asked if I could walk and chew gum at the same time. I told him no, so he graciously volunteered to keep the stopwatch. So thank you. All right. Well, we'll start here with our county commission. This is District 4, and we'll start with Robin. If you will give us an introduction and let everybody know who you are.
Hi, my name is Robin Martinelli, and I first want to thank the chamber. I also want to thank our moderator. I really want to thank my husband that's been by my side since December, and I want to thank Alex because this has been a hard, long race since December. I was born and raised in Snellville, Georgia. I'm a fifth generational Georgian. I have been a private investigator since '97, and I've owned and operated my own business since 2003. I've done payrolls and budgets. But when I moved to Barrow County, I moved here because I cared and I care about Barrow County. I want us to move in a direction that helps our community and our constituents work together and our municipalities to work together. And I didn't want to forget Morgan either. Morgan, thanks for the paper. But in doing that, I want everybody to know and understand that this is a very hard position, and I think everybody that's running for commissioner, we have all gotten along and we have all talked, and this has been a good race. But this is a very important decision, and I take it very seriously. I was newly amputated 2 years ago, and my disability is an ability to overcome and help my community. I've put boots on the ground. I have gone to just about every department in our county, and I've asked them, what do you want to help? And what do you want to help for your community? I care about Barrow County. I've been married 22 years. I have 2 wonderful children that both have badges. So when you talk about your police officers and you back your badges, it's really important when your daughters have badges too. Thank you.
All right, Alex?
Well, thank you, and as Robin said, thank you to the chamber, and thank you, Mr. Ashford, for moderating. It's obvious, it's not an easy task for you guys to get up here, just like it's not for us as the candidates, and so really appreciate you guys providing this opportunity for us to introduce ourselves to all of the voters out there. And as Ms. Martinelli did say, her and I have been running since December, and feels like we've been running forever, and winding down here, 15 days to go, so looking forward to that. I am Alex Ward. I am currently the County Commissioner for Barrow County District 4. I won the special election in March to fill the unexpired term of Coach Barry, and I'm now running for re-election for the opportunity to serve in a full 4-year term. I'm originally from Gwinnett County, and I moved out to Barrow County because of lower taxes, and I like that small town community feel. I got my bachelor's degree in business administration while working a number of different jobs through a number of different industries, and then decided I wanted to go back and get my law degree. And after I did that, I feel that running now is going to allow me to use those skills from both business as well as my law skills, doing contract law, to really help bring a new focus to the County Commission, to dig into the proposals that come in front of us, to make sure that we are helping to move Barrow County forward as we experience this rapid period of growth that we've all seen happening in our county, make sure that we're moving that growth in a smart and responsible direction.
Thank you. All right, well, we'll start with Ms. Martinelli. Robin. For question 1, what are your thoughts on the Barrow County Comprehensive Land Use Plan, and what, if any, changes would you like to see?
Well, being in my industry, I have to have a lot of data and a lot of evidence. I also have been in the legal field since about 1997. In looking at our land use plan, I've had to research a comprehensive plan. And although I do agree with the land use plan that we have for Barrow County, our growth was unexpected. So putting boots on the ground and actually speaking to our mayors and speaking to Brian Yancey with Public Works and asking what do we need to do as far as our land use map, we don't need to veer far from it. There was over 4,700 surveys sent out for our last comprehensive plan. And we have a comprehensive plan. I had to ask some of our constituents, where is our comprehensive plan? And I read it very extensively. It's pretty thick. I mean, Alex will tell you, it's very thick, and we have to follow the comprehensive plan, but we also have to remember our other municipalities that we have to get along with the school board. I'm very excited that we have all been able to get together, and this race, I feel like me and Alex kind of catapult things out with our signs and getting started in this race. And in doing that, boots on the ground and big teamwork really helps as far as trying to understand our land use maps, our 316 corridor. That has really helped out a lot. And then with our governor, making sure that our Highway 316 doesn't have as many lights from Atlanta to Athens. And in doing that, the comprehensive plan I do agree with. The only thing that I don't agree with the comprehensive land use plan would be that we have grown more, we have more growth. Therefore, we have to think about our land map use and our commercial development and our residential development. But we've done a pretty good job of that.
Thank you.
And that thing just goes real quick. Look at it.
Well, thank you for that question, and it ties back into a question that was asked during the Board of Education period. And it was something that was initially brought up when Ms. Evans and Ms. Kelly were up here talking, and we heard it repeated through a number of those candidate forums. And that is getting together with the cities and the Board of Education leaders. So to answer your question directly, what are my thoughts on our comprehensive land use plan? We need to follow our comprehensive land use plan. The number of rezone requests that come in front of the county commission that came in front of us before I was on the board, it first required a future land use map amendment before we did our before we did the zoning request amendment, was astronomical. And every single one of those included a letter from the superintendent of the schools saying, well, we rely on that comprehensive plan to plan out our school growth. So the first thing we need to do is actually follow our plan. We paid lots of money for those studies. We need to actually follow the plan that is there. As far as the changes that I would make, one of the things that I do want to see, and one of the things we've been doing a much better job of lately, is increasing the areas that are set aside for designated job growth corridors. We just did that for the West Winder bypass area. We've got that along 316 as the 316 innovation corridor. We need to make sure that we are promoting job growth corridors, because when we bring those jobs in, that is what's going to help balance our tax base out.
Thank you, and you can keep the microphone because the next question starts with you. Barrow County has great people living here, that's no doubt. But besides the people, what are the greatest assets that Barrow County has to get ahead economically of the surrounding communities that are also seeing rapid growth?
Absolutely. So the first thing is going to be I-85 and 316. I just mentioned the 316 innovation corridor and how that is going to be used as a jobs growth corridor. As Ms. Martinelli mentioned in her opening, we have the traffic lights getting replaced, and 316 is going to become a fully limited access highway. That is going to allow these new industries that come into Barrow County to more easily get their goods into Atlanta and eventually down to Savannah, where they are currently enlarging the Port of Savannah. It's already the fourth busiest port in the US. So having those resources is key. One of the other things that a lot of people don't realize is our airport here in Barrow County. Barrow County has the 7th largest airport by the number of airplanes based at it for general aviation in Georgia. We have over 100 airplanes based at our airport, 108. What that means is that we're able to actually get more tax dollars, more money from the FAA for improvements to our airport. We have an instrument landing system. We're able to handle jet aircraft. That allows more businesses to come in. When Ms. Maloof, who is our economic development coordinator, is recruiting businesses into Barrow County, one of the things that they do is they fly right into our airport. And having that resource there has been a key to economic growth and will set us aside and set us apart from some of the other counties that are experiencing growth in this area.
Thank you. Same question.
The reason why I like this question is I put my boots on the ground and actually went to speak with Lisa and Ben McDaniel about economic growth and development. The good news is that we have a bypass and we have a corridor that we can develop and bring more businesses to our county. But as Alex had talked about, I too went to the airport and sat down and spoke with them intensely. And there's only one employee that works at the airport, and we actually in Barrow County get $367,000 on average from the airport. This is directly from the airport. Valorium taxes to our county. I asked them what they paid for, what that paid for, and they said, pays for your bills. So talking to the airport, that's a way to bring economic development to us. But we also have to remember our assets, which are our schools and our technical schools, and how we can help our technical schools and how we can help our school system in Barrow County and the growth of it. In doing that, economics can come to us with Lanier Tech. We have a lot of technical programs with Lanier Tech. And I have a lot of experience in that as far as technical. My husband works at a technical school as we speak. Our family has 52 years of law enforcement experience to that. And that being said, this is a county that Ben McDaniel and Lisa and that department has gone out to get the movies and gone out to get some of the more jobs and gone out to ask for more development. But the cohesiveness of everybody coming together with the board and the school board and being transparent really helps in Barrow County. And I think these elections have helped a lot with that.
Thank you. And you can keep the microphone because this next question starts with you. What is your vision for managing the growth of the county so public services are not overwhelmed?
I really like this question because as we speak, the growth in this county and the public works services in this county I've had to utilize just this weekend. So as we speak, my mother is in the Barrow County Hospital and she is getting blood transfusions, and I've had to speak to Barrow County Hospital and had to speak with the firemen. In doing that, I also rode with our fire department and actually sat right beside our fire department, driving on their trucks and asking questions and getting involved immensely. And in doing that, putting boots on the ground and seeing that the vision for management growth is transparency. And it's important to know what the job is for the county, and the job is for who the people you talk to with the county and their needs. In doing that, I asked a 22-year-old with the fire department, why do you work here? What else could you go do? He was 22 years old, and he'd been working in our fire department near Auburn for 2 years. He said, you know, I could go work anywhere else, and I could make more money in Hall County, Gwinnett County, but this is a family. And I appreciate the family and the education I got here. I was educated by Barrow County Schools, and I want to work here. And that is the retention to keep our people too, is to keep them happy and ask questions. So I have enjoyed putting the boots on the ground. I've really enjoyed getting to know and having fun. And I do have a library card, and I really enjoy our library.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. In many regards, it feels like we're past that point. We have experienced so much growth in such a short period of time here in Barrow County. And so it feels like a lot of times we're playing catch up. And one of the first things that we need to do is look at the budget requests from our departments. We're about to go through that process. In fact, I've got a meeting tomorrow with our county manager, our CFO, and others so that we can see what the budget requests are. And that gives us the opportunity to see what do we need to do? Where can we be smart in our growth? One of the things that we've already done in Barrow County is focus on implementing new technology that allows us to expand our current resources at a lower cost. So for example, our planning department, they have a new website that's up, and by July 1st, all of the forms that go through their website will be all online. So that allows them to process more requests, process more forms in a shorter period of time without having to hire another person. And labor, if anybody who's ran a business will tell you, is your most expensive cost. So where we can be creative in those areas, that's going to allow us to get caught back up. Looking at, again, at the technology, the Roads and Bridges Department, we just authorized them to do a study on a road that uses a new type of material that they can put down on the road that extends the life of the road 5 to 7 years at a fraction of the cost of repaving. So using those types of things, looking at that and looking at the requests from our departments is going to allow us to get caught back up in managing our growth.
All right, thank you very much. And you can keep the microphone. In close, why do you feel like you're the best candidate for this office?
Well, to start, again, as I mentioned at the very beginning, I have just been elected back March 15th, immediately hit the ground running, got sworn in March 18th, my sister's birthday, and was immediately at the county commissioner's retreat. So in the less than 2 months that I've been county commissioner, we've already worked on a number of positive changes that helps to further the goals that I set out in my run during the special election of guiding Barrow County's growth in a smart and responsible direction. As I mentioned, the website for the planning department, one of the very first things that I said at that commissioner's retreat was, hey, what do we need to do to help you get these websites up and running? What do we need to do to get this technology implemented? If you need it to get this rolling, ask for it. I'm going to fight for it. And we already see those things happening. I've set up multiple lines of communication so that people can reach out to me. I'm at the courthouse every Tuesday that we have a commissioners meeting. I work from the courthouse so that people can come and find me. I think that is key to as we move forward. I bring a unique perspective being a contract attorney and having my business background. And I'm able to look at things in a different way and explain different proposals and make sure that we are fully understanding exactly what's in front of us before we move forward. I've asked the tough questions in work sessions that have not been some of the most popular questions, but because we weren't ready to move forward on a decision, one way or the other, we needed that additional information. And I feel that it is important that we're asking those questions. And so because of that background, that is what I believe makes me the most qualified for this position. And I am Alex Ward, your candidate for re-election as the Barrow County Commissioner for District 4.
Thank you. And in close, why do you feel like you're the best candidate for this office?
This was kind of a tough question, but because I feel like I'm ready to serve and I want to serve. My family has over 42 years of law enforcement and military agreed, and I feel like I am ready to serve the county. In doing that, I have experienced a lot of change, and I've experienced a lot of people and a lot of time. Being a private investigator, you have to be evidence-driven and data-driven. You have to get along with the judge at different jurisdictions. Gwinnett County has over 1 million people that live in Gwinnett County, and Fulton County has over 1 million. We have close to 100,000 that live in Barrow County. We are on the cups of no longer having to be able to make mud pies on Scenic Highway 124 or even go down 124. And we know it's coming. We knew in Snellville it was coming. So I told myself that I was going to visit every department. I was going to speak to every mayor. I'm proud to announce I am endorsed by the Auburn mayor, and Linda is here. I'm very proud that I'm endorsed by the coroner, which is Minister Cooper, and I'm very proud to have my family by my side during this election. That being said, I know as an experienced businesswoman for a very long time and caring and already participated in a lot of projects in Gwinnett County, in Barrow County, that I will enjoy sitting and listening and helping and hoping every constituent. I do know that with the different mayors that we have and the different municipalities we have, we can't forget Auburn, we can't forget Staten, we can't forget Carl. I think I'm the only person in this room that sat through a Carl meeting. I bet you don't even know where it's located, but they're asking for a tower in Carl. And there's that red button. But thanks so much, Robin Martinelli, District 4.
Let's give them a round of applause. All right, next up is County Commission District 5.